Fancy seeing you all on release day. Dragonstorm release day. I got my product in today. I'm going to open one of my booster boxes in one bundle. That's going to be for my own personal collection, and the rest of the stuff will be part of the giveaways we do on the channel. So stick around, subscribe, follow, make sure you're part of it. We'll see you soon. All right, so 3 collector booster boxes. I've got a total of 4 bundles. We didn't go so heavy into this as we did on Aether Drift. Unfortunately, I wish this had been the set I went heavier in on. So for my stuff, I'm going to take this one and this one. This is mine. Don't be greedy, guys. Some of the stuff's for me. All right. So let's start with the bundle. I like to take a look at the bundles. So everyone, obviously, you guys have all been watching openings. I do have a TCG Player store, but I am not like an actual store, so I am waiting with everyone to get the stuff that I ordered from real stores. This is not anything I care about, of course, but geez, guys, just stuffed in there like that. Box is pretty cool. And as far as I've seen, there are no box toppers in anything, which I don't like. Looks like we're going to have some land. Actually, I don't know what that is. Those are not lands. Oh, here's lands. This is not a land. We'll check those out. And then just regular play boosters. And then the first, let's see. Dice we have is kind of subpar, to be honest. All the glitter on one end is like, I don't know if you can see that. It's all clumped. Anyway, but that's not why we buy these. Let's check this out real quick. I don't know what's in this. So in these play boosters, we are not going to find the really cool like dragon scale foils. Teamer Battle Crier. And then some foil dragon lands. Some regular basics. Okay, that's... Huh. I haven't seen any bundles open, so hey, maybe I'm the first, but I doubt it. And some of the Dragon Shadowlands, really cool, and more basics. But our first rare that we've opened is Teamer Battle Crier. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. An Orc Ranger. And these lands, I like the Dragon's Eye lands too, but these with the shadows, I think are really cool. The Plains, the Island, Swamp. Swamp I think is my favorite. Mountain and Forest. But on the Swamp, I like the tail. All right. So we've got 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 play boosters. So we'll go through these a little slow so we can kind of see. I know not everyone has seen everything from this set. Nightblade Brigade, Roamer's Routine, Dispelling Exhale, Bearer of Glory, Twin Bolt, 2 damage, divide it as you choose. Only was 2 damage for each. Reputable Merchant, Earth Carver, Bewildering Blizzard. Draw 3 cards. Creatures your opponents control get -3 until end of turn for 6. Frontline Rush. Choose 1. Creature, create 2 1/1 goblin creature tokens. Target creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. Opulent Palace. Nice Tri-lands. And Narset, Jeskai Waymaster. And a Highspire Bellringer is our foil. Alright. Adjust this real quick. Alright. So first rare there. I don't know that we've seen any real value in any uncommons. And obviously the rares, If you guys are, buying to crack and open, or, crack and sell, do it as soon as you can, because all these values are obviously going to come down. Roamer's Routine, and that's just because there's been no supply on the market, and now that's all about to hit. Humbling Elder, Fortress Kinguard, Twin Bolt, Nightblade Brigade, Lightfoot Technique, Storm Beacon Blade. Equipped creature is +3/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. It's decent. I would use that in Sealed. Venerated Stormsinger, Mobilize. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. I think that's a great sealed card. Another Triland. And a Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant. And our foil for the pack. Dragon's Prey. This spell costs 2 more to cast if it targets a dragon. Destroy target creature. Snakeskin Veil. Humbling Elder. Actually, a 1-mana blue flash. Whenever the creature enters an opponent controls. I mean, I like creatures with flash, period. And a turn 1/2 is not awful at instant speed. I think that's our first dragon, if I wasn't paying attention. And it's our first Omen, right? So you can cast the Omen and then shuffle it into your library if you're not going to cast the creature. Rebellious Strike. Lion Weight. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Lion Weight deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature. That's a pretty good card. I like it. The removal and the recurrence. Dalkovan Pack Beast. Vigilance. Mobilize 3. Whenever it attacks, you're going to create 3 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior tokens. Rainveil Rejuvenator. When this creature enters, you may mill 3 cards. Add an amount of forest equal to this creature's power. 4. Tomb Guard. Menace. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Another Battle Crier. Those are... non-foil, Effortless Master, and a Windscarred Crag. And our first art. I like the inclusion of the Planeswalker symbol. All right, so the big hits are obviously the Mox Jasper, any of like the Dracogenesis, which I think Dracogenesis is going to go down. I don't see it holding the price it has or going up. I think people are going to get... Remember, it's going to be big in Commander, but it's a singleton format, so they're not needing playsets of 4. Unburied Earthcarver, Starry-Eyed Skyrider, Skirmish Rhino, Inspirited Vanguard, and Valken Roadwatcher. When this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now remember, that's not from the cards that you milled. It's any creature card that's in your graveyard that fits that 3 or less. Stalwart Successor. Menace. Whenever one or more counters are put on a creature you control, if it's the first time counters have been put on that creature this turn, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. And another duel. Sagu Pummeler, Unending Whisper, Arashin Sunshield, Shock Brigade, Abzan Devotee, Summit Intimidator, Duciat Earthcarver, Kishla Trawlers, Hardened Tactician, Iridescent Tiger. I love this card. It costs 5 for 3/4, but it replenishes 5. I mean, I really like this. Lion Weight. And Roar of Endless Song. Create a 5/5 green elephant creature token. for 5, and you're going to do that twice. And then double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, and our first full rare is another Teamer Battlecry. Alright, I'm kind of seeing this card's been printed a lot. What's our third one in 5 packs? Alright, Alicia's Legacy, Sarkhan's Resolve, Agent of Codis, Dragonback Lancer, Jeskai Devotee, Heritage Reclamation, Aggressive Negotiations, Traveling Botanist. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Fleeting Effigy is a 2/2 haste for 1. At the beginning of your end step, return this creature to its owner's hand. And you can pump it. So, I mean, I don't know, Goblin Guide 1.1. Marshal of the Lost, Death Touch. Whenever you attack, target creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. 3/3, I like that. Corey Steelcutter. Equipped creature gets ++1/+1/+1 and has trample and haste. Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it. That's decent. And our first rare dragon, Meringue River Regent. It's an omen for 4 mana at instant speed. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. I think that's fantastic. Flying, when this creature enters, return up to 2 other target non-land permanents to their owner's hand. I think this is a bomb in sealed. I'd love, like, 4 mana, draw 3, discard 1, and then shuffle it in. Mystic Monastery. Nice foil Triland. Rugged Highlands. And a Spirit Token. Meringue River Regent. So I haven't been playing a lot of sealed, so I'm, like, very focused on a lot of constructed, so been focused on a lot of limited. Abzan Devotee, Piercing Exhale, Snowmelt Stag, Riling Dawnbreaker, Seize Opportunity, Sandskitter Outrider, Temur Tawny Back, Well of War. Choose one. Creatures target opponent controls get -1/-1 until end of turn, or return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Disruptive Stormbrood, Spectral Denial. Alright, these, I think these are the showcase for the set. But the borders on these are gorgeous. I really like it. I'm really liking this set, guys. I haven't, you know, as Aether Drift came out, I was like super stoked. You know, it's going to be artifacts and everything. And then as the reveals came out, I was just more and more disappointed. But we've seen this, been seeing it for a while. I love the art. I love the flavor. I think it's they really knocked it out of the park with this one. So thank you, Wizards. United Battlefront. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So for 4 mana, you're possibly getting 6 mana of value. Yeah. Arashin Sunshield. Blossoming Sands. Oh, it looks like the Planeswalker symbol is not on all of the art cards. So what are we hoping to open in the collector booster box? I'd be happy with the mocks, but really ecstatic for any of the Dragon Scale foils. That is obviously the goal there. I've seen them online, seen photos, haven't seen them in person yet, but they look phenomenal. Focus the Mind, Mardu Devotee, Meticulous Artisan, Feral Deathgorger, Sibsig Appraiser, Unburied Earthcarver, Riverwheel Sweep, Rite of Renewal, Aegis Sculptor, Sage of the Skies. When you cast a spell, if you've cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. Alright. 3 for a 2/3 flying lifelink. Hey! And Elspeth. Elspeth's also what we want. So Elspeth Stormslayer, she is a big hit. I think last I saw she was 30, 40 bucks. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice as many of those tokens are created instead. Pretty great. And then her +1 is to create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Obviously, that means you're going to create 2 for her +1. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until your next turn. So remember, if you need evasion during your turn to attack, that helps there. If you need blockers, flying blockers, that's until your next turn, so they can't swing into you. And then destroy target creature. -3 is destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. So she is fantastic. Happy to see that. Worthy cost, Dismal Backwater. All right, last pack before we get into the collector booster box, which everyone is wanting and what I'm dying to get into. They're more fun. All right, Mardu Devotee, Meticulous Artisan, Abzan Devotee, Piercing Exhale, Snowmelt Stag, Watcher of the Wayside, Wingspan Stride, Venerated Stormsinger, Sonic Shrieker. For 5s, a 4/4 flying. When this creature enters, it deals 2 damage to any target, and you gain 2 life. If a player is dealt damage this way, they discard a card. I really wish that was you draw a card, but I think this is great. That is a good limited card. Equilibrium Adept. When this creature enters, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature gains double strike until end of turn. Kishla Skimmer. Flying. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Crater Hoof Behemoth. Hey, so our final 2 packs were great. Obviously a reprint, but a great card. So for 8, it's a 5/5 haste, and when this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. This is a game ender. Great card. Arashin, Sunshield, Windscarred Crag, and a warrior token. All right, so this was the box I picked out of a total of 3. So, but hey guys, be sure you've subscribed, leave comments, really help me out. We have a Fracture Foil Chandra up for grabs once we hit 250 subscribers. Go to that video, make sure you comment on it after you've subscribed, like the video to be entered into that. As soon as I hit 250, I'm gonna do a drawing. Everyone who has commented on that video and is also subscribed is gonna have a chance to win it. Last I checked, it was a $130 card, but it's going to one of you guys. So please go give that a view and a like. So you're in the running. And I don't know what's up with my camera. There we go. All right, let's go. I have been looking forward to this 4 weeks. So yeah, no box topper, which I think is garbage. Wizards, these boxes are expensive. Why do we not get box toppers in every set? If I'm buying a collector booster box, there should be a box topper in it, in my opinion. Do any of you know what the distinguishing why some get it and some don't? Because I feel like collector booster boxes just should, or even just play booster boxes. If someone's buying a box of your product, you can toss them an extra card. All right, Spirit Token, Dracogenesis. So that is not the super awesome foil, but it is a good foil. So there's also the ghost foil, but great card, great start. Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant, Winter Night Stories. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. It's sorcery, speed, harmonize 5. To be fully honest, I don't know what harmonize does. Shiko and Narset Unified for 4/4 flying, vigilance, and flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell if it targets a permanent or player, and you may choose new targets for that copy. If you don't copy a spell this way, draw a card. That's fantastic. I really like that one. A big old turtle, Ambling Storm Shell, And our first Dragon Eye non-foil. I think the foils are like one in every like 6 packs or something. Corroding Dragonstorm, Carrick Guardian, Kintree Severance, Dragonstorm Forecaster, Teamer Monument, Dragonstorm Globe. Each dragon you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. It's like a mana rock with upside. Trade Route Envoy. This creature enters, draw a card if you control a creature with a counter on it. If you don't draw a card this way, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Humbling Elder. That's that 1/2 flash for 1. All right. Not a bad first pack. We got our first Dracogenesis. And some great commander hits. And I wish I had more time to like sit down and like draft or just play limited with this set, because I'm really loving it. Songcrafter Mage. So it's not Snapcaster Mage. They added a mana to it, and hopefully it doesn't break the format. So for 3, and it's, you know, not the easiest to get on turn 3. 3/2 flash. Whenever this creature enters, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains Harmonize until end of turn. Its Harmonize cost is equal to its mana cost. So it's like a trying not to break the game Snapcaster. Voice of Victory. Mobilize 2. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Another Songcrafter Mage. What do you guys think of the this? I think it's interesting. I don't hate it. I do kind of like it. I don't know I love it yet. But it is a very like rich black. I think they definitely use the right kind of ink for it. It looks great. Aligned Heart Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on this enchantment. Then create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess for each rally counter on it. That seems like it can really get out of hand. Zurgo, Thunder's Decree. 3 for a 2/4. Mobilize 2. Whenever it attacks, create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed. Ooh. All right. I wasn't expecting that. A little hook on there. Foiled Dragonland. Sagu Wildling. Stormshriek Feral. Frontline Rush. Reverberating Summons. Wayspeaker Bodyguard. Shock Brigade. Salt Road Pack Piece. It's a Dragon Camel. That should have been Dragon Camel, not a beast. Dragon Camel. Cruel Truth. Teamer Devotee. All right, what do you guys think? This is the pack with the Dragon Scale, or a Mox, but I want the Dragon Scale. That's my really cool clock. The Clydo clock? Oh my god, that thing's awesome. If you can hear it. Renice, the Song Unending. So for 8, a 10/10 flying, protection from white and from black. When your Reni enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. Gross. Expensive, but it's a big effect. Dalkovan Encampment. This land enters tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. So this is the white of the of this land cycle. So you can add white or pay 3 and tap whenever you attack this turn. Create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Nothing like the blue one. The blue one is much, much better. Sibsig Ceremony, 3 black, legendary enchantment. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control enters, if you cast it, destroy that creature, then create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. So this wants to play a bunch of colorless 2-mana spells, or 2-mana creature spells. Thundermane Dragon, flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells with power 4 or greater from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gains haste until end of turn. Rot Curse Rakshasa. 2 for a 5/5 trample decay. This creature can't block. When it attacks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. So for 2 mana, you can throw in a 5/5 one time and renew for X black. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a decayed counter on each of X target creatures. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. And a foil Dragonland. Durgar Island Dragon. It's an Omen. Sagu Wildling. Hardened Tactician. Furious Forebear. Unsparring Boltcaster. Narcissus Rebuke. Oh, and we are looking for Ugin also. Be very happy to see an Ugin in one of the like crazy nice foils. Ghostfire foil? I cannot remember the name of it right now. Warrior and Dragonologist. When this creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant, sorcery, or dragon card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Untapped dragons you control have hexproof. Dragonback Assault for 6. It is a mythic enchantment. When this enchantment enters, it deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Seems expensive, but might be good. Roar of Endless Song, we've seen that one. Taval the Balance Scale. So mythic. 4 mana for a 4/4 flyer. Whenever Taval attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So as long as you mill or already have a land, you're getting a 4/4 flyer and a 2/2 black zombie creature token, which is, I mean, that's pretty good value. So it's 6/6 for, well, a total of 6/6 for 4 mana. Meringue River Regent. Draw 3 cards, discard is that Omen we looked at. And a foil dragon. Roiling Dragonstorm. Back to back. Roiling Dragonstorm. Keru Goldkeeper. Synchronized Charge. Overwhelming Surge. Boulderborn Dragon. Roamer's Routine. Jungle Hollow. Rebellious Strike. Alright, we're looking for some more hits. So far, that Elspeth, I think, is the best thing we've pulled. And that was in a play booster. So, we got 6 more to go. New Way Forward. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, New Way Forward deals that much damage to that source's controller, and you draw that many cards. I mean, I could see, you know, someone firing off in Commander and about to do some crazy amount of damage to you, and just slapping him in the face with New Way Forward. So, fun. Sinkhole Surveyor, flying. Whenever this creature attacks, you lose 1 life, and this creature endures 1. Teamer Battlecrier, again. Welcome the Dead. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card, and you lose 2 life. Create X-Tap 2/2 Black Zombie Druid creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn, and with flashback of 6. Fangkeeper's Familiar. A snake. Interesting. 4 for a 3/3 flash. When this creature enters, choose 1. You gain 3 life and surveil 3. Destroy target enchantment or counter target creature spell. That's fun. A nice foil dragon. Dragonland. Stormshriek Feral. Boulderborn Dragon. Mammoth Bellow. Jeskai Brushmaster. Starry-Eyed Skyrider. Wild Ride. Abzan Devotee. Tranquil Cove. And Dispelling Exhale. Well, if this box is not great for me, hopefully the other 2 are fantastic for you guys. Soldier Token. Hey, another Crater Hoof Behemoth. We'll take that all day. Magmatic Hellkite, sorry. So for 4, a 4/5 flying. When this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Its controller searches their library for a basic land card, puts it onto the battlefield tapped with a stun counter on it. So you're going to kick them off a land, a better land probably for a turn. And it's a 4/5 flyer. Carsey Revenant. So vampire, 3 for a 3/3 flying, death touch, lifelink, renew for 2 and a black, exile this card from your graveyard, put a flying counter, a death touch counter, and a lifelink counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Within range, 3 and a black for an enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Whenever you attack, each opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures attacking them. Codis the Fangkeeper, 4 for a 2/1 indestructible. Whenever Codis deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana cost X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. That sounds fun. I like that one. Nice foil island. Feral Deathgorger, Riling Dawnbreaker, Rite of Renewal, Essence Anchor, War Effort, Sagu, Pummeler, Summit Intimidator, Worthy Cost, Tempest Hawk. All right, we've got 6 left. Come on, Dragonscale. Are you guys rooting for me here? I need your help. No. Lotus Light Dancers. So 5 for 3/6 lifelink. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard and then shuffle. And I'll be honest, I am like the worst when it comes to using my graveyard. Hey, there we go. Mox Jasper. The Mox. Anything with Mox is going to be valuable in Magic the Gathering. So our first one, and it is the showcase border. Sorry, it's the showcase border. It looks absolutely great. It's unfortunately not foil, but we are happy with that. A Mox Jasper, fantastic. Awaken the Honored Dead, 3 for an enchantment saga. Destroy target permanent first time, then mill 3 cards, and then you may discard a card. When you do, return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Hammerhead Tyrant, 6 for a 6/6 flyer. Whenever you cast a spell, return up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to that spell's mana value to its owner's hand. Not the most exciting. Karsi Revenant, 1 black for a 3/3 flying death touch lifelink. We've seen this one. Yeah, renew, and then you can put each of those counters or abilities on another creature. And a Swamp Rune Scale Stormbrood. I really like this art, and it looks. Trying to get that. There you go. It looks really good in foil. Another Omen. I know some of these are reversible, and I can't remember which ones. Purging Stormbrood. River Wheel Sweep, sorry. Tap target creature, put 3 stun counters on it. Exile top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until end of turn. Into your next turn, you may play that card. Auroral Procession. Mystic Monastery. Remind me, guys, when it says you may play that card, that means you can just play it without... Like you cast it for free, but it's not being cast, right? Or does that just mean that you may cast it? I remember. And Sandskitter Outrider. All right, so we got a Mox. We got a Craterhoof Behemoth. Let's see. What do we think our biggest hits have been so far? I think nope, not Sarkhan. Dracogenesis. The Mox, and the Behemoth. I think those are our best cards so far. 5 more packs to go. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Please hit the subscribe. I'm really trying to get I really want to get to 1,000. Doing giveaways along the way, and all you got to do is subscribe and comment to be entered into those giveaways. And it's not chaff, right? It is the best cards that I pull out of boxes are going back to you guys. Really cool elephant token. Misty Rainforest, hey. So this is one of the special guests, right? Misty Rainforest. These are the ones that the Dragonscale foils show up on. Unfortunately, that is not this one. But no one's ever sad to see a fetch land. Misty Rainforest is great. So yeah, another good hit. Tersa Light Shatter, 2 and a red for a 3/3 haste. When Tersa Light Shatter enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Whenever Tersa Light Shatter attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, exile a card at random from your graveyard. You may play that card this turn. Corey Steel Cutter, we have seen. Caldera Pyramah. 5 for 3/3 flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Then this creature deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. I like that. Another Songcrafter Mage. A nice forest. Teeming Dragonstorm. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Marshal of the Lost. Desperate Measures. Storm Beacon Blade. Fire Rim Form. A Ration Sunshield. Durger Island Dragon. And a Windscarred Crag. 4 more packs. Misty Rainforest. So close to that dragon scale, guys. We're getting so close. Dalcoven Encampment. Read that one. Clarion Conqueror. Borderless. 3 for a 3/3 flying. Activated abilities of artifact creatures and artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. Pithing Needle on a stick. Avenger of the Fallen is 2 and a black for Death Touch. Mobilize X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Deceptive Frostkite. 2 for a 1/1 flying. You may have this creature enter as a copy of a creature you control with power 4 or greater, except it's a dragon in addition to its other types, and it has flying. So for this set, I think this is the quickest way to turn on the Mox. Is that, I think 2 for this is the cheapest dragon in the set. I don't think there's a 1-drop. Sipsig Ceremony we've seen. And it's foil Dragon's Eye Mountain. Riling Dawnbreaker, Jeskai Shrinekeeper, Dragon's Brood Relic, Fleeting Effigy. I think that I'm going to hold on to these like for the long term because I think those are always going to be desired in especially Commander decks. And right now, of course, the prices are going to plummet because the set just came out, but I think those will go up in value over time because I don't see them coming out with a dragon-specific full art land again for a very long time. So Spirit. The foiling on this with his this breastplate is really good. So Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan, 3 for a 3/3 trample. Whenever Felithar enters or attacks, you may sacrifice a non-land permanent. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Baron Step Siege. As this enchantment enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. If you choose Abzan at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. If you choose Mardu at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Naga Fleshcrafter, 3 and a blue for a 0/0 that enters as a copy of a creature on the battlefield. Renew for 3. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter on each non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. That's too many words. Transforming Flourish. 2 and a red for Demonstrate. Destroy target artifact or creature you don't control. If that permanent is destroyed this way, its controller exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Then they may cast that card without paying its mana cost. I don't know. Don't like that? I like it if you could target yourself, but specifically you cannot. United Battlefront and an island. Disruptive Stormlord, Feral Deathgorger, Stormbrood, Sultai Monument, Sandstep Citadel, Embermouth Sentinel, Champion of Dusan, Unending Whisper, and Feral Deathgorger. Two more packs. No, we could still, just because we pulled a Misty doesn't mean we're not going to get that dragon scale. Right? Right, guys? Alright. Nice foil copy token. Nature's Rhythm. X, green, green. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. Put it onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Harmonize for X, 4 green. Magmatic Hellkite. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. So this is a land. Adds a colorless. Or add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a dragon spell or an omen spell. 4 and tap, sacrifice this land, search your library for a dragon card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. And I think this is just a staple for absolutely any dragon commander deck. Steward of the Harvest, 3 and a green. Creatures enter exile up to 3 target lands from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all activated abilities of all land cards exiled with this creature. Scavenger Regent, another omen. So it's a 3 and a black for a 4/4 flying with ward, discard a card. Or for X black black, you can cast as a sorcery, and each non-dragon creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Lie in wait. So I think we had some hits, but I don't know this is necessarily what I would call a good box. Let's see if that turns around right now. It did not. Warden of the Grove. Hydra. 2 and a green. At the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, it endures X, where X is the number of counters on this creature. Taigam, Master Opportunist. 2 for a 2/2. Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Sidisi, Ironwolf Forger, 3 and a white, sorry, for a 3/3 lieutenant. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control your commander, target non-legendary creature you control gains Myriad until end of turn. Call of the Spirit Dragons, nice foil. I think this might be a bit of a hit, but I can't remember. But dragons you control have indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, for each color, put a 1/1 counter on a dragon you control of that color. If you put 1/1 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win the game. So it's not 5 counters. Remember, you can't put this on like the Dragon, right? That's just 1 dragon. You have to put it on 5 dragons. But good hit. All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you sitting around watching. Now, this stuff's mine. Hands off. This is mine. I'm not giving this away. But I'm about to. I'll post another video very soon. I'm gonna open up the other two boxes, and I'll think about how we're giving those away because the subscribers are coming in real slow. We already have a 250 subscriber. We're waiting to get to 250. We're 90 away right now. So help me get there, and we got to figure out how to make this more exciting. I think what we're gonna do is start pulling, like when we open things, they're just gonna keep going into the next giveaway until we hit that giveaway, and then it's gonna be not just a card, it's gonna be all the hits that we had along the way. I think that's gonna be a little more exciting. So, but with 250 subscribers, we're giving away a Chandra, a Fracture foil. That video is posted. Please go watch it, subscribe, comment on the video so you're entered. Thanks everyone. We'll see you in the next one.